He's command the armies to the north and south, but he controls the fight. The Slayer's time is now.
Why Saitama could beat Goku. The entire premise of One Punch Man is that Saitama is strong enough to one-punch anyone and anything. The reasoning for that is followed by the argument that no one is stronger than Saitama, therefore he one-punches everything. The entire focus of One Punch Man is the implications of that entire argument. It's a joke. And when put into a serious context / a serious world, it adds a good juxtaposition fit for comedy because of how ridiculous it is. Saitama is the main Sound familiar? Difference is Goku can find people on his level. Saitama cannot. Goku has proven himself to be links ahead of Saitama. Saitama can blast a meteor in one punch, Goku can Kamehameha any problem away, Saitama can punch a fish so hard it stops raining, Goku can use a spirit bomb, Saitama can end the dominator of the universe with a held back punch's shockwave while he's not even trying, and Goku can... Wait a minute, do you see the trend here? Goku is trying, Saitama is not. That's the joke. It doesn't In his fight with Boros, Saitama is pulling his punches as to let Boros get the fight out of his system. But Josh, look, it took more than one punch to beat Boros here, so doesn't that mean Saitama can't beat everybody in one punch? No, it's the same reason Spider-Man doesn't beat Street Thugs in one punch. Spider-Man is extremely strong. The proportional strength of the spider is an insane amount of strength. Spider-Man once punched the Scorpion's jaw off in one punch from how strong he was. The reason Spider-Man isn't doing this all the time is because he's always holding back, just like Saitama. Gosh, Saitama took damage from Boros in the manga. You can see it right here. No, he didn't. It's a popular shonen trope, something we established Saitama as being a parody of, to hype us up for the big fight by showing us the strongest character or main character of that show has taken some sort of damage. This doesn't appear in the webcomic, the predecessor to the manga, nor the anime in that sense. The fact is almost immediately annulled in the next chapter when Saitama tells Boros to shut up and asks if he's done with this. Saitama is still in his same calm demeanor and nothing's changed. If Saitama really was damaged, that would mean he's found someone close or at least approaching his level, something that he's been searching for ever since he became the strongest hero. But he's not. He's still in his same calm demeanor. Boros didn't damage him. Boros was just overestimating himself. Saitama isn't a joke. Character. Yes, he is. The literal punchline of One Punch Man is Saitama being able to one-punch any monster and bad guy away. One Punch Man does this extremely well by following the simple formula of X shows up and is too strong for our heroes, Saitama shows up and finishes it with one punch. This completely rids the situation of having any emotional or physical stakes. It's ironic and a great juxtaposition for where we find ourselves as the audience, and where the people in the show find themselves, because not many people know of Saitama's strength. So when the heroes are fighting, they're giving it their all. That's why when Moomin Rider, a Class C hero with a Class S heart, comes charging in with the Justice Crash to try and subdue the Deep Sea King, it's obvious that he's going to lose, but it's something that he himself already knows. Moomin Rider gives an amazing monologue as he's thrown around like a chew toy, explaining that he understands he's not strong enough to beat the monster, but he must try anyway, because it's not about winning or losing, it's about me taking you on right here, right now. This is a genuinely emotional moment in One Punch Man that at its heart is a parody. So how did One Punch Man manage this? Just because a show is a parody doesn't mean that it has to confine itself to rules of always being funny and not taking itself seriously. One Punch Man isn't just a parody, It's also the exploration of what it means to be a hero. If you judge being a hero on being the strongest, then what's the point? Something that Saitama himself embodies. For example, SAO Bridge is a parody of Sword Art Online Terrible. At the end of episode 8, there's a really heartfelt moment after Kirito gives his heartfelt monologue about how much he hates humanity, but now he's starting to come around to actually liking them. And Klein tells Kirito, "Hey Kirito."
Don't go giving up on humanity just yet. Okay, buddy?
Kirito responds,
I'll take it under advisement. Klein.
cementing progress of a character arc in a parody. It's also followed by a nice heartwarming moment between Asuna and Kirito that concludes the entire episode. So just because One Punch Man decides to have serious and truly emotional moments does not make the fact that it's a parody null. Goku has Ultra Instinct, can go Super Saiyan, can fuse, and can fight on the level of gods. Goku trained his whole life to fight on the level of gods. Saitama trained for 3 to become the strongest man alive. That's the joke. Saitama is meant to bypass all of this. Saitama doesn't need to surpass anyone's strength because he already has. In-universe, it explains as him breaking his limiter. He's broken past the limit of strength he can have and has gotten to a point where he's above the plateau that stops everyone else. The joke is that Saitama is ridiculously strong and can beat anybody in one punch. Why else for any reason would the title refer to him as One Punch Man, but no one in-universe has if it weren't the case? It doesn't matter how fast Goku is, how strong Goku is, what abilities Goku has, because Saitama is just stronger. If you still don't think Saitama Saitama is a joke character, let me ask you one question. Why was Saitama unable to capture a mosquito but could blow away a planet-busting attack without trying? Exactly. If you don't think Saitama could beat Goku, you missed the joke.